Hello everybody, welcome to Chris Inspirations. I just got inspired by the best idea and I'm so proud of myself. Looky here what I had on. I had my earrings on and I decided it's too windy. I'm going to have to go inside and get things to hold the cards down. And lo and behold, I'm like, why don't you just hang your earrings on them? And ta-da, save myself a bunch of time and effort. So I'm really excited. And I'll actually show you too. I posted these on IG. I'm so excited about them. It's beautiful Swiss blue topaz with, what you do is you crush up blue opal. You get little tiny blue opals and you crush them and then you put them in resin and they make this unbelievable sparkle, and you can see it in the bracelet that I'm wearing too. I love that kind of color, and it's just like an underscore of brightness that pushes out, and it looks really cool. And I've always loved really bright blue earrings. Ever since I was young, I remember thinking, ooh, I always loved topazes and sapphires. So these are available if you just DM me on IG. You save on shipping and a whole bunch of stuff, but they're also in my store as well as the bracelet, if you guys are wondering. And quick announcement, I am doing a special now up until the new moon. It is my new moon tarot and oracle spread right here, where you get a layout of both oracle cards and tarots, and I'm asking the simple questions. What is this new moon cycle bringing up for you? What wants to emerge or grow during this cycle? What do you need to release in this new moon? And how can I focus my attention and bring my desires into reality? And I'm telling you, just by reading that, it got me inspired to do things in a kind of new and different, more expansive way today. I promised myself that I would get up an extra hour early, because that way I could just have that time to be exactly what I wanted and tune into like a high frequency and vibration by just by having that extra time, right? And feeling abundant and feeling ready and feeling good about that, and be able to just think thoughts and take my time in things. And I'm telling you, it's making a big difference, and little reminders, drinking enough water, make a habit of daily movement and exercise, basic self-cares, listening to my body's energy cues, when it's too over caffeinated, whatever it is, going out in nature right away. I was like, I'm going to do the readings outside today. It's so phenomenal. And it's really cool because the sun is kind of like peeking through the trees, and there was really heavier winds early this morning that blew all the Japanese maple leaves down, which ended up looking really beautiful. So I'm excited. So yes, you guys, when I'm doing that read for you, whichever day you order, you just DM me over on Instagram. I get back to you within 3 or 4 hours with your video read that's just like this, me discussing what's going on. And I love that as kind of a build up into the new moon, because new moons are so about releasing what doesn't work and setting up what will work. And I try to do this each night before bed and just go, okay, what did I do today that made me feel like, time was dragging, or I wasn't satisfied with the time, or things were going smoothly, or I just felt stagnant, and just kind of revise that and make a habit of changing whatever that is. And one of my favorite things that I do is I just played volleyball with Hagen, and then he sent me this information. I literally was just blown away. Look at this kid, how cute he is. This is a picture of him in London. He started a GoFundMe for his college fund. It's so cute. So I posted it on Facebook, and there's a direct link. And what I'm doing, I'm just having friends donate, because my birthday's in a couple weeks, instead of new cards and all of that, just going on Facebook and donating. It's such a fun, smart little, project for him. And I loved that he's doing that, because he realizes, the expense of schools. So cute. So anyway, you guys, let's see what's taking place for this gorgeous Wednesday. I wanted to use my beautiful dream reading cards because they give some really precise, neat insights. So with this, we're saying, when are you feeling discouraged or undervalued? Okay. A lesson I taught myself a long time ago is, if I'm speaking and I realize that people are checking out, family members often do this and they're not really listening. What I do is I stop speaking abruptly. I just stop, because what happens is if we continue to talk and what we're already saying is being undervalued or discarded or ignored, it just means other people are distracted or preoccupied. Not that what we have to say is unimportant or special, right? We do it too. Sometimes our thought process just goes about ourselves while someone's speaking. So if you're doing that and you're noticing that, just stop speaking, and it'll bring attention to the fact that other people aren't being present moment aware. That's it. It's not like you don't have to say, are you listening? If we have to say that, we know that now might not be the appropriate time to be discussing things, right? And or say, do you have the space or the energy to hear something? And just, preface it with, it's not a big deal. I was just wondering, so on, whatever, because oftentimes we'll just take that into account that somebody's not listening and keep speaking anyway. Why waste our own time and valuable breath and theirs as well? It's like, it makes no sense. It's like going to a concert and putting on a blindfold and earplugs and not hearing or seeing what's going on, right? So if we're ever discouraged by that, just say, I really feel kind of like underappreciated when I'm trying to convey a message to you and I feel like you're just checked out. Is there a better time to have this discussion? Whatever it is, it's really helpful because honest to goodness, with this busy day and age and everybody going in so many directions, it's hard to be grounded and focused. So when people are speaking to us, let's try to also do that, right? Because oftentimes what we do for others, they'll also do for us. So this is saying, do you want to be part of the in crowd? What qualities would you like to adapt? Like ideal qualities. When you see people that you just feel like, oh, I wish I had that about me. Whatever it is, that zhuzh, that get up and go, that confidence. Mine is sometimes people's ability to rise and shine, get up early and get out the door and start exercising. When I see people walking their dogs at 6 a.m., when I'm dropping Hagen off, going to the gym, whatever, I'm very impressed by that because I, for one, know that really bright electric morning energy where we're not discouraged by anything else that's happened during the day because it's fresh energy. We're not run down or tired because we just woke up. They're utilizing that fresh moment-to-moment early morning energy to exercise. So that's what I decided. I'm going to get outside first thing instead of scrolling and doing other things like that. Take advantage of that. But also ask yourselves, are you doing anything in school work to try to fit in that isn't naturally authentic with you? And ask yourself why you might be doing that or why you might be wanting to fit in with a particular group, right? Some people, it's like, it may just seem like they have a little more going on, they're fun, they're energetic, whatever it is. But again, just identifying, because those are simple changes we can make within ourselves, right? Being enthusiastic, having a good outlook, all of those type of things, right? People that seem constantly inspired, all of that. So give yourself things to look forward to as well. That's my ideal kind of day where I know like, oh, in the next couple hours, this is happening, or I get to go there, or I get to experience this, or I'm having this conversation, right? We continually need to do that to lift and buoy ourselves, right? Now, nature and Gaia, respect the beauty of your body as you respect Mother Earth. Remain connected to nature. You are being protected. Hallelujah, right away. The moment I came outside, I was like, I'm taking my shoes off. I'm going to be barefoot. I'm going to do, whenever I do readings for all of you guys outside, the energy is somehow more electric. It's more purified. It's, I'm not distracted by anything other than like nature's beauty. It's there's no confinement. There's no feeling of walls around. It's really beautiful. So even if it's just, a moment where you just go out and you stand on your back step or your front step and you just breathe and you look up at the sky. Like right now, no joke, there's not one cloud in the sky. It's 74 degrees. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's the middle of November and it is like, it's seriously like September 1st weather. It is so beautiful. So whatever you're doing, maybe setting a little intention and goal for the day to spend time in nature and only hear nature. Don't bring your devices out. Just sit there, sip tea, sip coffee, breathe in the fresh air, listen to the birds, ground out. It will do a world of good. I was listening to Melanie Beckler today, and it was amazing how these two first cards were kind of something she was speaking on when it comes to what we ingest and what we allow to come into our thought process, right? Things that align us with calmness. Again, nature, eating well, not over caffeinating, not being overstimulated, not watching a bunch of news or depressing shows. Like, I used to be really curious about certain existences, and they used to give me like I thought it was excitement and adrenaline, but it actually freaked me out and then made me sad for those components of society. It was people that had to spend life sentences in prison and how that would psychologically affect them. And I would watch all this stuff, and it is really heavy stuff. And if we do that, kind of like in a prolonged way, our vibration gets a little bit lower because little fear, pity, all of that can come in. So it's what we're ingesting. So now if I have a chance, I'll watch a nature program. I'll watch some cool psychological facts, that do the opposite, bring us up, or exciting people working on projects, like Matthew McConaughey's Green Light book. And when people are inspiring others and lifting. So it really is about what we're ingesting and taking in. So we need to have a clear look on that too, right? Where we're setting our sights. Because this is seriously a time for renewal and rebirth. Examine what you resist discarding. Reassess what needs to be renewed and giving a fresh start. Hallelujah. Every morning I know that I want to go back to that old pattern of just scrolling in IG after I post and look and look and look. But guess what? 1 hour, 2 hours, all this time can go by where I could be out in the fresh air. I can be playing volleyball, going for walks, painting, making jewelry, doing anything other than that, things that are just habitual. So if you want a rebirth, we have to, listen to our body's energy cues. Oh, I feel good. Let's go out. Why you have this pocket of energy? Let me go stretch, do yoga, whatever it is. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, you're wonderful, and you can do, be, have, and say anything you want at any given time. Stretch yourself. It is so easy, I know, to fall into patterns and go, well, this didn't bother me, so I'm just going to do it again. It wasn't particularly helpful or growth inspired. We tend to do things that make us feel safe and comforted, but we're not going to, sit home all day drinking cocoa wrapped in a blanket and not go anywhere or learn anything, right? We can have days where we need that, and we can do that for sure. Finding creative hobbies and outlets. Definitely have these rebirth moments. You ever just see somebody craft something somewhere and you're like, I need to try that. I have to do that. That just looks so utterly great. Like I see that with woodworking, resin work. I get really excited at stuff like that. So using affirmations and positive self-esteem affirmations will help you with this. Reassess what needs to be renewed. Clean up all the things around you that are cluttering your life. Are you constantly just collecting, and every time you go out, you're like, oh, I'll just buy a little this, I'll buy a little that, and then you have all these tchotchkes, extra. It can be anything. One moment, I just need a sip of water. I'll give you an example. I used to just love the fun sayings on mugs, so I'd just start buying mugs, and then I just have this huge collection of them. Right? Really assess, is this thing necessary? Do I have the room to devote to this item, and will I cherish it, or is it simply an impulse buy and it's something I'm going to chuck in a moment, right? All of these kind of renewal moments remind us what is going to refresh, restart, rebirth, and recognize patterns that do that for us. Always being outside, always exercising, always creating does that for me, because then I feel like, oh, I have something to look forward to, and I reestablish my kind of grounded centeredness with this. It's steps to be happier. And what I thought I'd do for y'all, because I got a really positive response on doing just kind of like a vlog, what I'm going to do, I think, a couple times a week, and I'll do it over here on this channel, is I'll just be putting down beautiful artwork of cards that I have and discussing certain topics. I came across some great stuff, you guys. Signs you're on the right path, even if you're not sure. Confidence building activities. Speech filters, where we think before we speak, and then we can get on in certain circumstances that might have been conflicted before. Things to just bring in and help us. Ways to make life simple again. So I'll just be talking about that. So you can go about whatever you're doing and just kind of have your phone or something going, and you can listen to these messages. And if you feel like looking at the artwork and the cards, you can do that as well. But I just feel like there's so many helpful things that can attribute inspiration to our day if we listen and we tune in and we look for those things. It's kind of it'll just be like a running commentary while I'm putting down some nice cards and artwork to look at, because I was going through some great psychological facts and people that just inspire me. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza, and just doing that and just speaking to you while you're doing stuff. Because certain, I love just hearing certain readers and speakers' voices while I'm just going about my day. So I'll be implementing that as well. So you guys have a great day. Remember, recognize, where and when and how you are feeling and making adjustments, being out in nature, realizing that we can have a renewal and a rebirth moment to moment. If we have a bad moment, that doesn't define our day. We're simply going to go reset. And I'll tell you what, November 14th, right before that new moon, is the most exciting kind of astrological and planetary alignment. It hasn't happened in 4,000 years. It is a hard reset where we just are easily letting go of things that don't matter. And it's precisely the day before the new moon, which is absolutely beautiful. And then all of a sudden we feel lighter, freer, just composed together and grounded. And that's so what I'm looking for, right? So love and light to you guys. Have a great day.